This will be a test run just to check the audio. So as Ken just mentioned a second ago, my name is Alex Kosician. I am the CMO here at Monster. And one of the things Ken had mentioned was the purpose for the software as a whole. But as we started working on this project, we also wanted to make sure we had a purpose for the management side of things, because this is a two-sided platform. There's the manager side, there's the sales side. And we wanted to make sure that we focused for the managers specifically and for the sales side specifically. So we had created a purpose just for the managers and a purpose just for the salespeople. And that purpose is to create a snapshot of how campaigns are performing at any given moment, which means the manager has to have the ability to look at reports, manage the account, place an order, and learn about new products. And that's what I'm going to show you here today. And as we mentioned in the email, there are key takeaways that we want you guys to focus on. And there's 7 of them, and we're going to make sure to hone in on each one of them. And also, as we mentioned in the email, this is going to move fast. We're not going to keep you here for a very long time. We're going to hit the points we have to hit, get you guys to understand how the system works, and move on. And really the purpose, right? So the why behind it all. So we're going to dive right into it. Everybody's on mute. I'm going to go through this real quick. Again, Ken, thank you for that great introduction. And let me just jump right into this then. So the first key takeaway, and a very important thing, is the ability to see all of the most important marketing metrics at a glance. We did everything as a one-page layout. Everything is right in front of you. Literally, without having to move your mouse. You can see how many calls you've had this week, how many leads you've had this week. The fact that there's a little red bar here tells you that you've had some sales this week. You know instantly what your response rate is over the last 4 weeks. You also know how all the other products are performing that Monster is running. And you can see which products you're using and which products you're not. Again, this takes seconds. We wanted to make it very easy for you to log in at a glance. Even if the phone rings, you can see what you need to see. If something jumps out at you, you can go after that one thing, right? You don't have to search for it. In the past, there were pages. Now it's right in front of you, all in one place. So again, the first and very important key takeaway is all of your marketing metrics at a glance. The next very important takeaway from this new layout, from this new software, from this idea of how do we help managers really engage with this and have this work for you, is the ability for you to see all of the products that Monster is currently offering and how they're performing. What do the numbers look like, right? Sort of compare yourself. One of the interesting things right off the front page here is you can see how all of your products are performing over the 4 weeks. And the 2 products that this person is doing is VA and FHA. And if you wanted to see how an individual product is performing, you can see that the VA is performing at 1.06. You can see that what other people are doing with Monster is performing a little bit higher. This gives you the ability to get in touch with Ken, sit down with him and say, what can we do to improve this? On the other hand, when you look at FHA, you're doing 2.18 here. You look at what the industry is doing with Monster, and you say you're doing okay. So you don't have to worry about it there. So again, a key takeaway here is that you can see all the products. You can see how you're performing against them. Of course, if you wanted to go into each product, you can go in and learn more about the products themselves. If it's ones that you're not doing and you'd like to learn more, we can get into that at another time. So key takeaway, see the products, see how they're performing. The next very important thing, and huge key takeaway, huge differentiator here, is instead of pages, we've made everything layered. So everything you see here is one layer, the most important things. This is the most important number. How is this number made up? You can click and find out. Okay, what makes this number up? Calls over 2 minutes. What makes this number up? You can click there and find out. Okay, so everything is layered. Leads. Okay, what are later leads? We'll get into that in just a moment. How many of those? Who are they? All right, it's a layer. Even further down, this is a layer. Further, okay, I'm looking at Zachary. I want to find out a little bit more information. What kind of notes were taken on this person? I click in. I can see all of the information that I need to see. Okay, so we designed this to be layered, right? Everything you need at a glance. You want more, you want granular, you take one step deeper. Number 4, the fourth key takeaway, very important, very valuable, especially for the managers. This is our whole purpose for you, is for you to be able to not just see the numbers and engage with them, but how can we make it easier for you? How can we support your need for getting to information as fast as possible? We created a very sophisticated filter system. So, for instance, if you want to see all the calls over 2 minutes, and you may have been talking to somebody from Team John, and you say, okay, and Team John talked about a call that he had, and he can't remember off the top of his head, or there was a problem with it, and he wanted you to listen to the conversation, no problem. You've now filtered out Team John. You can see instead of the 100+ calls there was 13. You know that he had this conversation on the 5th, so you go to that date, and now you're down to 6 conversations. So a really detailed filter system. And this spreadsheet, this filtering and sorting option right here is available on every single spreadsheet in this new software. Everywhere you look, you're going to have the ability to sort and filter. It's congruent all the way through. So the fourth thing is spreadsheets. The next thing, very important. This is something that just is a game changer for you and for the software and for us. You can manage your entire account right here. Everything. Your company profile, your billing, adding users, okay, editing users, removing users, okay, managing the phone numbers. Where do you want the call to go? What do you want the label to be? Do you want to add something? Do you want to take something away? Very simple. Do you want to change what the label is on this? Quickly and easily change that. So the ability to manage your entire account without having to pick up the phone, you can move very swiftly. If you need something done, you can get it done. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you can get it done. You don't have to wait. So key takeaway number 6 is the ability to manage your account. I'm sorry, that was number 5. This is a perfect transition into key takeaway number 6, which is being able to place an order online. We've made this a very intuitive, simple system. The ability to place orders online. On one side, it's a very organized, simple system. It's uniform, and it really makes it easier for us, right? But what's in it for you? What's in this simplicity and this organization for you? Well, what's in it for you is the future of what we're trying to create here, which is partnering with companies like IBM to create predictive algorithms. Algorithms that will tell you that when you choose VA and when you choose this template and when you put in 10,000 pieces and you want it to go to this number, all the pieces to go to this number, and you put in some specific information and some specific dates and loan amounts, this algorithm will tell you, stop, wait just 1 minute. The criteria that you just put into this is telling us that you're going to have poor results. If you just adjust the dates and the loan amount, you're going to get double that, whatever the situation is. So for us to be able to give you that, for us to be able to give you those predictive analytics, we have to create this online ordering system. The second reason this is extremely beneficial is the historical data. For you to be able to come back here and look at what's happened over the last 6 months, that the last month and a half, your numbers aren't as good as they were 5 months ago. And you can take a look and see what you've done in the past that's really worked and then do it again or learn from that. Again, to make that happen, we had to create an online ordering system. And it is so simple. It is so quick. It's really amazing. You can look at all of your templates and all of the different things. Again, we can get into those details on one-on-one trainings. But a key takeaway here is the ability to order, place your orders, build your campaigns online. Okay. And finally, what I want to end with as the key takeaway from the manager side, which will lead us right into the sales side, is This, and I know you guys noticed it, but since I had you on mute, I'm sure nobody said anything. You were talking to yourselves about it. Now, later, never. What does this mean? Now, later, never. And again, we'll get into it in the sales side. Now, later, never is the shift in philosophy. It is a completely new paradigm, because what we believe is that every lead will be a client or customer someday. At least most of them will. The majority will, right? So what we asked ourselves, we said, what if we could take an unqualified lead today and bring it back when it is qualified, right back to your LOs, right back to your company. You don't have to sit and think about it. You don't have to pound the phones to get them back on, or hope that he calls you back. The lead will come back to you, and that is what we're going to explain to you in the sales side when we get there in just a minute. But the now, later, never. This is a key takeaway number 7. Last and certainly not least, this is the paradigm shift. This is the big difference, and it is part of the core of what we believe as Monster, which is to create prosperity for our clients. The way we create prosperity for our clients in this situation is we improve the ROI by bringing an unqualified lead right back to you as soon as it's qualified again.